The death toll from an explosion at a concert in Manchester has risen to at least 22. More than 50 people have been injured. Thousands of fans, many of them children, had gathered at the Manchester Arena to see US singer Ariana Grande perform when a suicide bomber struck. Police are treating the incident as a terror attack. British Prime Minister Theresa May has called an emergency crisis response meeting and suspended campaigning for next month's elections. There are no details yet on the identity of the attacker or his motives. Local police say they're overwhelmed by the incident. Let's get you more on that now. I'm joined live from London by our correspondent Olly Barratt. Olly, we just heard the Prime Minister Theresa May addressing the nation following that COBRA meeting. We know another meeting is scheduled for later today, but just talk us through the government's response so far to this tragic attack.
Yeah, well, certainly this COBRA meeting that Theresa May has just come out of was partly for her and her government officials to get details from security services and the police about what they knew about the attack that took place last night. And clearly she has been briefed that police believe they know the identity of the attacker but don't feel ready to release a name as yet. But it was also to, of course, formulate an ongoing response from the British government in terms of how to react to what took place overnight in Manchester, and we know that that already involves an extra policing presence on the streets of Manchester itself. We also know from London's Metropolitan Police that extra police officers are on duty in the British capital as well. Now, with regards to both of those cities and higher policing presences in other high-profile locations around the UK, that is partly to ward off or avoid or deal with any potential future threat, but it's also partly to reassure the British public that as much as possible is being done to keep them safe. Now, clearly the investigation continues apace in Manchester as well into the attack, trying to firm up the identity of the attacker, any clues as to how and when exactly this attack unfolded and the methodology that was used by this attacker, and crucially that idea about whether this attacker was a so-called lone wolf acting alone or had some kind of direction or perhaps contact with a terrorist network at home or abroad.
And of course, Olly, sadly, the United Kingdom is no stranger to attacks of this nature. But as Theresa May herself said, this one stands out because it was a deliberate attack on innocent young people. How have people been reacting so far?
I think